Captain, before we step onto this earth and colour island, tell me, what does brown make you feel when it means the colour of wood or soil, becoming darker from heat or the sun, and something linked with natural earth tones or plain solid appearance? Meaning 1. The colour of wood, earth, chocolate, or dry leaves. Used for the warm, dark colour often seen in nature and many everyday objects. Example: the old boat rested beside the brown rocks at low tide. Common use: brown hair, brown shoes, dark brown. Brown shorestone. Meaning 2. To become darker from heat, cooking, or the sun. Used when food turns darker while cooking or skin darkens after sun exposure. Example: the bread began to brown at the edges in the oven. Common use: brown the meat, brown in the oven, brown in the sun. Brown in oven. Meaning 3. Related to natural earth tones, simple plainness, or a solid practical look. Used for styles, materials, or appearances that feel grounded, natural, or not bright and flashy. Example: the room had a calm brown look with wood, rope, and old leather. Common use: brown style, brown tones, brown leather. Brown earth tones. Brown most commonly names a warm, dark, natural colour. It can also be used as a verb when food or skin becomes darker through heat or sunlight. In descriptive use, it often suggests earthy, practical, natural, or understated style. Trust the grounded strength of simple things, Captain. Carry brown for the natural colour of earth and wood, for the deepening shade that comes with heat and time, and for the calm, solid style that keeps a place warm and real as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this gathering and taking island, tell me, what does collect make you feel when it means to gather things together, to receive money from someone, and to go somewhere to get a person or thing and bring it back? Meaning 1. To gather things together. Used when someone brings many items into one place or keeps them as a group. Example: they collected shells and smooth stones along the shore. Common use: collect stamps, collect shells, collect information. Collect seashells. Meaning 2. To receive money from someone. Used when payment, fees, or money are taken from people. Example: the harbour office collected the entry fee before sunrise. Common use: collect rent, collect money, collect a fee. Collect entry fee. Meaning 3. To go and get a person or thing and bring them back. Used when someone picks up a person, package, or object from another place. Example: she went to collect the supplies from the northern dock. Common use: collect a package, collect the children, collect supplies. Collect supplies here. Collect often means gathering things together, especially objects, information, or items for a hobby. It can also mean receiving money such as fees or rent. In another common use, it means going to pick up a person or thing and bringing it back. Gather with care and return with purpose, Captain. Collect for the joy of bringing things together, for the careful receiving of money and duty, and for the steady act of going out and bringing what is needed back to the journey as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this power and duty island, tell me, what does charge make you feel when it means to ask a price for something, to fill something with electrical power, and to rush forward with force or place someone under responsibility? Meaning 1. To ask a price or fee for something. Used when a person or business requires money for a service or product. Example: the harbour workshop charged a fair price for the rope repair. Common use: charge a fee, charge too much, charge for repairs. Charge for repair. Meaning 2. To fill something with electrical power. Used when a battery, phone, radio, or other device receives electricity. Example: she charged the radio before the night watch began. Common use: charge a phone, fully charge, charge the battery. Charge the radio. Meaning 3. To rush forward with force, or to place someone under a duty or responsibility. Used when a person or group moves ahead suddenly and powerfully, or when someone is officially given control of a task. Example: the captain charged the strongest sailor with guarding the supplies. Common use: charge forward, charge into battle, charge someone with a task. Charge of supplies. Charge is a very flexible word. It can mean asking for money, giving electrical power, or moving forward with force. It also appears in formal uses about duty and responsibility, as when someone is charged with a task. Measure cost, power and duty wisely, Captain. Carry charge for the price asked in exchange, for the energy that brings tools back to life, and for the force or responsibility that pushes action forward as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this line and connection island, tell me, what does cable make you feel when it means a thick rope or wire, a line used to carry electricity or signals, and a system of television or communication delivered through connected lines? Meaning 1. A thick rope or strong wire, used for a heavy line made of metal or other strong material, often for pulling, lifting, or anchoring. Example: the steel cable held the cargo steady during the rough crossing. Common use: steel cable, anchor cable, towing cable. Steel cable safe. Meaning 2. A line that carries electricity, sound, images, or signals. Used for the physical connection between devices and systems. Example: She checked the cable before turning on the old radio. Common use: power cable, charging cable, cable connection. Power cable on. Meaning 3. A television or communication system delivered through connected lines. Used for services that bring channels, programs, or communication through wired networks. Example: the harbour office used cable to receive weather reports each evening. Common use: cable television, cable service, cable network. Cable weather news. Cable most commonly means a thick, strong line, but it also often means the physical wire that carries power or signals between devices. In a wider communication sense, it can refer to the wired system itself, such as television or information service delivered through connected lines. Trust every connection that holds the journey together, Captain. Carry cable for the strong line that secures heavy loads, for the wire that brings power and signal where they are needed, and for the wider system that carries information across distance as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this break and boundary island, tell me, what does breach make you feel when it means a break or opening in something solid, a violation of a rule or agreement, and the act of suddenly rising out of the water? Meaning 1. A break, gap, or opening in something solid. Used for a damaged opening in a wall, barrier, ship, or defence. Example: the storm left a breach in the outer harbour wall. Common use: breach in the wall, security breach, breach in the barrier. Breach in wall. Meaning 2. A violation of a rule, agreement, or duty. Used when someone breaks trust, law, duty, or an official promise. Example: the captain called it a serious breach of the safety rules. Common use: breach of contract, breach of trust, breach of rules. Breach of rules. Meaning 3. To rise suddenly out of the water. Used especially for whales or large sea animals leaping partly or fully above the surface. Example: a great whale began to breach beside the mooring boat. Common use: whale breach, breach above the waves, begin to breach. Whale breach. Breach can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, it often means a gap, break, or violation. As a verb, it is especially used for sea animals rising suddenly out of the water. Watch every break in stone, promise and see, Captain. Carry breach for the opening torn into what once held firm, for the serious breaking of trust or rule, and for the great leap that bursts upward from the deep as we sail to the next island.